John Kananos or John Kananos was a Byzantine Greek historian who lived during the first half of the 15th century. He wrote an account of the failed siege of Constantinople by the Ottomans under the Sultan Murad II in 1422. Cananus attributes the survival of the Byzantine capital to the miraculous intervention of Theotokos. The account differs from the contemporary history of John Kananos, who described Murad's sack of Thessalonica in 1430, chiefly in Cananus's frequent religious polemic, and in his willingness to write in the vernacular Greek, as opposed to the Atticism of Anagnosts and Critobulus. The use of Greek, while artificial in the extreme, is intended as an imitation of the classics, an ideal which had been the governing principle for all writers who aimed at a good style not merely under the Roman Empire but right to the end of the Byzantine period. John Kananos is sometimes identified with Lascaris Cananus, who traveled to Scandinavia and Iceland around 1439. Lascaris Cananus has paid attention to coinage in Stockholm and Bergen, the subordination of Sweden and Norway to the Danish king, to the residence of the King of Denmark in Copenhagen, the supervision of the cities of Riga and Revel in Livonia by the Archbishop and Great Master of the Order, etc. In his description of his voyage to Iceland, Lascaris Cananus identified this island with the above-mentioned Thule, the inhabitants of which he calls ichthyophags, i.e. fish eaters. This Byzantine traveller visited, penetrating into Venedica's Colpis, i.e. the Baltic Sea, Norway, Sweden, Livonia, Prussia, Pommern, Schleswig, Denmark and Britain, whereafter he made a trip to Iceland. Editions. Greek ed. With Latin translation, published with Spronsis in Corpus Scriptorum Historiae Byzantinae, 1838, p. 457 to 479. View online. Greek ed. With Latin translation by Elalacius, published in Patrologia Graeca, Volume 156. View online. Lascaris Cananus, Lundström, Wilhelm Lascaris Cananus. Recentteckningar från det nordiska länderna. Utgifterna och Kommentar av Lundström, Uppsala, Leipzig, Lundquist. https archive.org. Details. Lascaris Cananus Recentteckningar från det nordiska länderna. Lascaris Cananus, Jacob Lomkowicz 2002. The Geography of the Baltic in Greek Eyes. In Noctis Attici, 34 articles on Greco-Roman antiquity and its Nachleben, 36-51. Copenhagen Museum Tusculanum. http books. Google.com books. Id equals Y37HOZJPEIC and AMP. LPG equals PA36 and AMP. OTS equals PFQIF49 ZTB and AMP. DQ equals Iceland %20 Cananos and AMP. PG equals PA38-V equals 1 page and AMP. Q equals Iceland %20 Cananos and AMP. F equals false. Online translation into Russian via German. Georg Jacob. Arabische Berichte von Gesandten und Germanisch Versen Hof aus dem 9. und 10. Jahrhundert. Berlin 1927, pp. 46-47. http Vossilet. By Ru. Texts. Russ 8p Cananos. Text. HTM. Online translation into Russian. 15. 1914. pp. 3-8. http Myria Biblia. Narad. Ru. P. Cananos. HTML. Online translation into English. http Helena Stokontos. Blogspot.com. 2009-09. Lascaris Cananus updated. HTML.